Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Arknights reaction. Today we have Sign of the Coming Flame. This one wasn't really requested by anybody specific. I just kept seeing it in the sidebar of every video I've done this past week, and I'm like, okay, sure, you got me. It's a new song from Endfield. I'll give it a listen. So that's really all I've got going into this one, and I suppose without further ado, let's go! Oh, well now I know it's for Levitain. I didn't see any name attached to it otherwise, like a Levitain EP or anything, so.
Shadows stretch across the floor.
Okay.
A flicker, a flash, the walls no more. I hear a voice.
This must be trailer music or something. It's giving trailer a lot. I saw this upload specifically, that's why I went for it. Really having fun with the pitch bends in here. Even in the vocals a little bit.
The clock's a liar, the hours bend. A circle of time with no real end.
I really like the way that synth sounds. The one that like cranks in. That one. Oh, that's so cool.
Close my eyes, feel the spark. I see you in the dark tonight. And when the stars collapse and lose their light. Close my eyes, feel the spark.
Kind of giving me like League of Legends vibes.
See you in the dark. See you in the dark. See you in the dark. I see you in the
Hell yeah. Music company. It's a music company. Great use of that synth in there too. I love those ones that break things up.
I see you in the dark tonight.
It's like, I know they put their music under stuff like Metal Scar Radio. Griffline is a music company. Similar to Hypergriff. Game is an afterthought.
I'll find you there, I'll find a tree.
Love that bass line. Really low in there too. Ooh, that's how they're ending. Nice, subtle way to end the song too. Just kind of letting that synth bass resonate instead of like having any other sort of swell up or anything, just letting it end that way. And here we have a perfect example of a pop song. Again, I love that they're doing this, honestly. Like, some people might not, but I think what they're doing is just leaning into the new sound of a new age and a new era, and I think that's totally chill. At the same time, I do love the other sounds that the Arknights team has brung before, but for this one, just kind of having a specific focus on this type of sound, a little bit more simplistic in a lot of areas from the stuff I've heard from Endfield, except for like maybe Snapshot. That was the one standout as far as just the approach musically. But this one, it does a super standard progression in the key of F minor, F, D flat, E flat. Wow, so complex, so thought-provoking, not really, but at the same time, it is doing exactly what it needs to, and that is being a really banger progression for pop music. It just is that. There's really not much else to talk about on that side. It just truly is a good progression. It's progressive, it starts bright, goes flat, and builds back into that. They do include a C minor somewhere in there, as well as I think a B flat. So like there's variety going on. It's not like they're not doing anything. It's just a matter of this core progression being so iconic for pop music in general that it's really hard to avoid, and also no reason you should. This progression has to be in the top 5, if not at least the top 10 progressions of all time. I think the most common would probably be something like a 1-4-5, which is just a way of like giving numbers to the chords within a key and their relationship and how they build. There's really not much more to it, at least that I want to get into with this, but that's kind of the vibe of it. And a 1-6-7 just has that sort of lift where it drops it all the way down, brings it back up, and it just keeps this constant cyclical energy building of those chords, and it just feels good. It's something that has that progressive tone, and that's what you need for pop music. That's why it's so popular. But also the song was just nailing it on production value. The synths they were using and how, and like having them crank back in, using a lot of creative and fun enveloping to keep things a little bit more original and sounding fresh, despite it using a very popular, very utilized chord progression. And that does not mean it's bad, by the way. When I say it is a common one, that means it's common for a reason. It's popular for a reason. It has done well and served musicians well for decades. It's just a good progression, and every key has a different variation of it, obviously, so you're gonna get different music out of it. It's not like it's the cheap way out or anything. It's just a good one that is being utilized well, and especially when you match it with this beautiful sort of approach to the synth enveloping that makes it feel that much more bright, and it kind of brings you in, it like sucks you in at the end of every single line. It just feels great to listen to, and things like that, like dubstep synth in there for that one break. I love that sort of shit. It's just so fun to hear new ways that musicians decide to break things up. And even when the song itself might not win any records for super original approaches to music, that doesn't mean it can't be fucking good, you know? That's something that I feel so many people misunderstand about music in general, is that like a basic composition, a basic chord progression does not mean it is going to be the next big thing, but it also doesn't mean it's going to be boring and without merit. Just like this one, the reason that this stands out to me is purely because they nailed it with the vocals and the synth production. It just feels good. It is clean. It is clean cut as shit. Nice fresh beat in there too. As simple again as it is, that's what makes it feel so good, but also makes it feel a little bit more poppy and something that is a little bit more approachable to a more general audience. So I think that's a great approach for them for a new game like this. You want to be able to pull people in, then you can start giving them the weird stuff, you know, start getting a little bit more creative on the chord progressions and what the approach is there. But for these ones and introducing characters and putting these out on social media and shit, this totally makes sense, and I think they feel really good. It's not like they're hiring bad people. Clearly, these people know what the hell they're doing. Vapestor, I think, is the one who made this. Fucking sick production value. Amazing work on this. I really have no bad things to say about this because it is just so competent in what it is, and that's why I keep coming back to hear more from Arknights in general. Whether or not it's Arknights the original or Arknights Endfield, it always has something for me musically. They hire the best of the best. They feel the best of the best, and it's just such a good production value and a very wide scope of music as well. I have a similar relationship with like Reverse 1999's music, where it's just a lot of variety, plenty of variety, great indie producers that they're pulling in to be able to create some of these sounds that are super iconic and specific to that genre that you just can't get anywhere else. Where this, it's like, we want to make this one sound. Let's get a bunch of really fucking baller producers to make that sound, but unique to each individual person, all in the same. But for this, they're kind of going for a more like under the umbrella sort of approach compared to something like Reverse, which is a lot more varietal with how they're handling the tones and genres. And while I keep saying stuff like simple and basic, what really matters is that the producer makes a song that they're proud of, and that everybody in the boardroom who's reviewing this is like, hell yeah, you know, that's what matters. The fact that everybody gets on board and you can make this sound a universal experience for new players, that they can just kind of be like, oh, that's what they have to offer, hell yeah, and bring them in. And like I said earlier, then you can start introducing them to a little bit more of the interesting sound that I know Endfield has. Their like OST seems to be packed with really interesting tones, and when I played the beta, it sounded like their overworld music and like the general OST there has so much more of that like universal sound design sort of quality. So it's like they're not planning on just sitting still. They have stuff they want to do, but for these sorts of things that, again, I'm assuming is stuff like a character trailer or just an announcement trailer. And that's why getting producers who know how to handle this sort of genre, that like very approachable sound, works so fucking well for them. And I hope they keep doing it for a while because it is just so much fun to hear. But I'll stop yapping about this one now. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song you want me to get to from Endfield or the original Arknights, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!